United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, Cheryl, roll call, please.
Mr. Edad?
Here.
Mr. DePlacido?
Here.
Mr. Oligieri?
Here.
Mr. Shaw?
Here.
Ms. Shaw? Here. Mr. Wojtek?
Here.
Mr. Zona?
Here.
Mr. Enos? Here. Ms. Huck? Here. Mr. Kruger?
Here.
Ms. Shea? Ms. Terry? Ms. Weber?
Thank you. The quorum is present. Any public comments on the agenda? Oh, yes, we have one.
Hi, I'm Ann Silverthorne. And I just wanted to make a couple of comments. At the meeting of June 23rd, 2025, I made an error in my remarks, and as promised to Doug Prozan, who is not here tonight, who is treasurer of the 2012 government study, I would like to apologize and clarify. At that meeting, I was responding to Mr. Philbeck, thinking he had erred in his remarks. In referring to the financial statements from the 2012 Government Study Commission report, I mistakenly said that the commission spent $3,000 just on secretarial services and that the study cost in the tens of thousands of dollars. I was mistaken, but it was not out of malice. Anyone who knows me knows that's not the way I am, nor the way I was raised in Mill Creek. In reality, the overall budget was around $29,000 in 2012, which would be a little over $40,000 in today's dollars. The 2012 commission spent only $3,000 in total. Excuse me.
I think the comments should be directed towards the agenda
It,
and public comments later on.
oh, yeah, that's true. I'm almost done though. Yeah, it gets there. Okay, so I would like to make a quick follow-on comment, and this does relate to the agenda. Some people praise the 2012 committee for spending so little on their study, but should they? You get what you pay for. They budgeted $5,000 for a consultant and research, but they didn't use a consultant. Why? Possibly because they couldn't find one for that amount. As I understand it, the 2025 Commission's consultants are experts in Pennsylvania municipal codes and have been instrumental in helping the Commission understand what is required of them. The consultants have provided a critical law-required timeline, which is being followed. The 2025 budget of $100,000 still has nearly half the funds in it, and the project is nearly complete. Let's remember that the total amount budgeted for this study amounts to less than $2 per Mill Creek resident. Again, I would like to apologize to Mr. Philbeck, Mr. Prozan, and all the members of the 2012 Commission for the error I made in my remarks at the last meeting, and I apologize for going out of order here. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other comments? And they were related to the minutes, so we appreciate that. If not, let's go to the minutes. We had the minutes, everybody had a chance to see them. Anybody have any question? Well, I guess, could we have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Moved by Bill Schaaf,
I'll second.
second by Art Olajeri. Any questions?
Point of order as amended for
As amended,
Silverthorne statement.
as amended by the comments today, yes, okay. Any questions or comments on the minutes? If not, Cheryl?
Mr. Edad?
Yes.
Mr. DePlacido?
Yes.
Mr. Oligieri?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw? Ms. Shaw? Yes. Mr. Wojtek?
Yes.
Mr. Zona?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, item 6, approval of the bills. We have a handful, and I'm going to turn it over to Jim Dedette, our treasurer.
Thanks, Paul. We have two bills. One is the recording secretary bills for the month of June, in a total of $723.30, and that is as expected, and as well as our monthly fee to WorkBot for our website, and that's $412.34. So I move that these bills,
Do we have anything from that?
the W. Cohen bills did not come in yet.
Okay.
Right. Which is kind of odd because we're a month behind on that, unless they are maybe giving us a free month because of some difficulties in the past. That'd be nice. But in any case, just these two bills, and I do move that they are approved.
We're going to give Kim that second. I'm sorry, Donna. See, Donna. We'll give Donna that second. Any questions on the bills? If not, have a vote?
Mr. Dedek?
Yes.
Mr. DePlacido?
Yes.
Mr. Alighieri?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Shaw? Yes. Mr. Boytown?
Yes.
And Mr. Zone?
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to the committee reports. Mr. Dedad, you're back up on the budget committee.
So we didn't have a meeting since the Budget Committee did not meet since our last commission meeting. However, as usual, I'll give a running total here. Prior to the approval of tonight's bills, our available amount of monies to spend is $44,553.59.
Thanks, Jim. Any questions for Jim or the budget committee? If not, we are going to go to John for the local government structure committee.
Yes, we did not meet any time between last month and this month, so we have no report.
Thank you, John. With that behind us, we will move on to Mr. Alighieri for the public outreach, public relations, public education, and promotions in IT.
The public outreach meeting did meet, and we did cover some issues. The first, the social media spot this month will be done by Jim Dedad. The blue couch spot will be done by Donna Schaaf and Jim Dedad. Both of these will be scheduled at the end part of July. We had an update from our IT team, Kim and Doug. Everything is going smoothly on our website and Facebook pages. There are no problems. They continue to absorb information, and there are no issues. We've had no problems with Mill Creek residents accessing information from the website. Budget update from Kim and Art. We're on budget, through the end of July. Everything is fine. The next thing we discussed is the article that will appear in the Mill Creek Magazine. We put the finishing touches on it tonight, and it'll be sent to in Mill Creek Magazine at some point tomorrow, and that'll be released, I believe, in the first part of August. We also discussed our town hall events, and we've actually selected some dates. We've selected Monday, September 8th, Monday, September 22nd, and Monday, October 6th. And the venues are the Bell Valley Hose Company, the Intermediate School, and J.S. Wilson. And we still have to set the dates and times at each venue. And we were not able to reserve these dates at the schools prior to the middle of July because the school calendar is not out until the middle of July, so that we have the people in charge had no idea what dates would be open. So before our next meeting, we will firm up those dates and the venues and the starting times, which would probably be 7 o'clock after dinner. But it's September 8th, September 22nd, and October 6th. And that is all from the Public Outreach Committee. Thank you. Any questions?
No, thanks, Art. Next on the agenda is the Executive Committee, and as Vice Chair, Art, you want to
Yes.
comment on that?
The Executive Committee has been continuing to meet to complete the final Mill Creek Government Study Report, to be published and sent to the appropriate entities. The citizens of Mill Creek will be directed to where they can obtain a copy or at least look at it. And the executive committee states that the final report will be filed before the end of the month. That is all.
Great. Thanks, Art. Any questions on that? I know I want to thank you, the executive committee. I know you've been putting a lot of hours in that, so thank you to get it to the point, the draft condition it's in right now. So thank you for all the time, and along with our consultants, Toby and Michael and Jerry. Item 8, committee of the whole, no report. They have no report on that. Item 9, new business. Couple items I want to address. The report that response was provided concerning the study commission public outreach. Everybody is aware that I received a letter from the supervisors concerning some of the information we're putting out there and their policy for township entities to run through their policy practice. I'm not sure if it's an approved policy or on paper, but they do have this practice of having to go through. In researching and checking with our consultants as well as legal advisors, I was advised that the commission itself is not an entity of the township, but instead formed under the Home Rule Charter and Optional Plans Law of the State Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And while I do appreciate their efforts to do that with information, we share the same feeling about putting out accurate information timely. So it'll fall on us, directly on us to make sure we put out accurate information, follow their lead, but not necessarily their approval, as it states. So I did respond with that information. I think everybody got to see that. I just wanted to make that part of our public record here, that we did officially respond to the letter that I received. Any questions on that, anyone? No? Okay. Also, I was saddened. I talked to Nancy. You see the next item is the acceptance of her resignation. She wasn't here when Cheryl called the roll. She did resign as an alternate. I kind of felt bad about that. I think Nancy's put a lot of hard work into what we're doing here, even as an alternate, as all our alternates have. So I was kind of sad, and I tried to maybe talk her out of it, but I think she had her reasons for doing it. So we do have a motion here to accept her resignation. And if Jim, maybe you want to read that resolution there,
I can, sure.
or if you feel comfortable making that moving.
No problem at all. It says, I move that the resignation of Nancy Shea as an alternate be accepted by the study commission effective July 14th, 2025.
We have a
Is there-
second?
I'd like to amend that,
Okay.
and put in comments with regrets and thank yous for her service, or words to that effect.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Art. Any questions? No, Cheryl?
Mr. Dedab?
Yes.
Mr. DePlacido?
Yes.
Mr. Jerry?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Shaw? Yes. Mr. Wojtek?
Yes.
Mr. Zona?
Yes.
Okay, the next item on the agenda, under new business, is advertisement for possible special meeting next Monday. We're not 100% sure we're going to have that. Do we want to have this resolution? We need this resolution approved to be able to do that? Do we need a resolution to advertise for a special meeting?
I think we need a resolution. My question is going to be why.
Yeah. Well, we do have it on the agenda. I guess even if we didn't advertise, if we need to have the resolution, it's better to have it than not to have it if we want to put the ad in, correct?
Approve it as needed.
As needed, okay. All right, so we do have a resolution here to move for the advertisement of a special meeting on Monday, July 21st, 2025 at 4 p.m. with the caveat that as needed. If it's determined the meeting is not needed, we won't run the ad, but to be able to run it if we do need it, we need a motion, I guess, and a second and a vote to move forward with that.
I don't know that,
Here,
Why can't we determine that we need a meeting right now? What are we going to be waiting for?
I guess it was, my understanding is, will we be ready to take action on the final report by next Monday? That was and I'm not part of that executive
Yeah.
committee.
If
How
not-
does the consultants
If
have?
not, we do it on the 28th.
Yeah, if not, but I think we're close enough that we could say that we're going to be done on the 21st.
And if I may, we've received comments, which the executive committee requested from the other study commissioners that are not on that committee, as well as the alternates and public partners. And after reviewing those comments to this point, the comments we asked for those comments, you did, executive committee, by the start of today's meeting. So we've received some good comments for you to continue your work on the draft with our assistance. And then my personal opinion is that I think it would be, we could get to a stage where we could advance that meeting to that point. The reason for moving the decision up from ostensibly from your next meeting on the 28th, from what I took from the executive committee, particularly John, yourself, was that there's a window that we have. It's a legal window of 5 days after your favorable vote. If you vote favorably for a report, at this point, I don't think you're going to ditch the report. So you're going to be voting on a report, and so there's a 9-month time frame that, as you know, your work has to be concluded to have the report to be certified, and that's August 4th. So I think there was some concern is it too close to that week? Because Mr. Olagieri just said that you want to have it done by the end of the month. So the idea was that if there's any further tinkering, you still have the 28th to get to it, but you want to get it done on the 21st if you can. So I don't know if that helps answer that question, or it helps to clarify that for yourselves and the public.
I guess I would prefer that we advertise the meeting, and if we choose not to have it, this Wednesday or Thursday or whatever.
Better to have than have not,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, better to have it,
Cancel
not need it,
Yeah.
than need it, not have it.
Right?
Yeah, I think we're close enough that,
I-
we can make a legitimate attempt. And to your point, Toby, we need that time. Waiting another week, I think we're close enough where.
And Michael is the senior partner on the aspects of state government and the codes, but I've learned from him that it is better to do that as well. And if, by any chance, something comes up from you or the public in your public forums or whatever, when you start having those, whatever, you're allowed to amend your final report. You're allowed to vote at an upcoming meeting. Michael, do you want to add anything further?
In the context of whether the study commission will amend the final report, that is contingent upon whether there's an important or significant development or piece of information that has come to the surface or has been left out of the final report. The amended final report, just like the current final report, if that's a way to describe it, has to be, let me back up. As Toby referenced, the final report has to be adopted by the first week in September. That will take you, the first week in August. The first week in August will take you to 9 months, where the statute requires that the final report not only be completed, but approved. Then you have 60 days before the election, no less than 60 days before the election, the final report has to be finished, complete, closure, meaning that you can amend the final report up to 60 days before the November 4 election or November 5 election, whatever that first Tuesday in November is. So we just want to provide some latitude, some wiggle room in the event that you're not able to adopt the final report next Monday. We have July 28 as a regularly scheduled meeting. Now, in the advertisement, I would suggest that it not only say that the advertisement, or the Mill Creek Government Study Commission will meet on July 21, 2025, to consider the adoption of the final report. And I would suggest that additional language be added, such as, and any other business that may come before the study commission, and any other business that may come before the study commission, just to give yourself that extra latitude in case something comes up above and beyond the consideration of the approval or adoption of the final report.
One other point that I don't know if the executive committee, I don't recall in meeting with you as executive committee that bringing this up, but maybe it was on your mind, and particularly Mr. DePlacido, who made this suggestion that we move it up. It occurs to me that if you do approve the final report, that report then, a lot happens. It gets disseminated throughout the township in various points, and that's what we just got done discussing at the Public Outreach Committee meeting upstairs in the conference room from 4 o'clock till 5:15. And so there's a lot of public notice, a lot of public involvement that we're going to seek, the outreach program that will really be robust after that. And it can start a week earlier rather than later.
Just as a formality, real quickly, once the approval is made by the commission, Cheryl will have 5 business days. Actually, the statute is silent. It just says 5 days to certify the final report and have it physically submitted or delivered to the Erie County Election Office. That's a statutory requirement, procedural requirement.
Well, the question I had is, we have at 4 p.m., we've often said that supervisors' meetings should be more available to the public at a later time, and so I'm assuming we've verified that this room will be available for the meeting as well.
Yes, Ms. Williams helped, she and I worked on that, and she said the period from 4 p.m. to 5:30, because this room is occupied, I think it's 6 p.m. on that evening, is that correct?
Right.
5:30.
At 5:30, this room is occupied.
5:30.
That's why we have it at 4. Yeah, that's how I was going to respond.
Well, with our timeline that Michael, with the timeline that Michael mentioned, I think we need to have that public meeting on the 21st. Because if we wait till the 28th, that doesn't give Cheryl enough time to register her report.
You can't get sick, Cheryl. You can't
Well,
get out, you
either
can't
way-
go out of
either way,
town.
you know,
Can't do anything.
we have a resolution to advertise for that special meeting. Would somebody like to read that, Art?
Sure. Oh, go ahead. We're going to authorize an advertisement for a special public meeting on Monday, July 21st, 2025, at 4 p.m. for the Study Commission to consider approval of the final report and any other business that may come before the Study Commission. I move to authorize the advertisement of a special meeting on Monday, July 21st, 2025 at 4 p.m.
Okay, motion by Art, second by Mr. DePlacido. Any questions or comments? If not, Cheryl?
Mr. Dedek?
Yes.
Mr. DePlacido? Yes. Mr. Oligieri?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw? Yes. Ms. Shaw? Yes. Mr. Boytek?
Yes.
Mr. Zone?
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. Other business, does anybody have any other business they want to bring to the commission?
Do we have concerns on the right to know issue with Attorney Walker?
At this point, I'm not aware of any, Bill. Mr. Schaaf asked if we had any concerns with our right to know request that we had. As of right now, I'm not aware of any in dealing with Mr. Wachter and his response to the appeal. I haven't heard that there's anything one way or the other, so maybe no news is good news. I don't know. Anybody else? Anyone else? No. Okay, we'll move to public comments.
Okay, what are you timing me at? How long? How long? 5 minutes, 3 minutes?
3 minutes, 3 minutes.
Whew. Really?
We'll be lenient, though. We won't catch off right at the 3 minutes.
Well, first of all, I want you to know, I talked about, you know, if you look at that propaganda, just listen for a minute. This isn't bad, except if you say unanimous vote is recommended to Mill Creek voters. Then you put adopt in it. Now, if you can look in everything that you guys can do here financially with taxpayer funds, and I think you're getting close to crossing the line, even with this little publication. Okay, that's why I was concerned about your vetting thing. And I'm not a lawyer, but I've looked up several different things from the Commonwealth Foundation. You know, in summary, while a government study commission in Pennsylvania is expected to present its findings and recommendations using taxpayers' funds to actively endorse or lobby for those recommendations, would likely be seen as crossing the line into potentially problematic taxpayer funding and inappropriate use of public funds. That's according to the Commonwealth Foundation. So I just stress that you guys, even after this, whatever signs, if there's signs out there that say vote yes, I hope that ain't coming from you guys, because I think you'd be crossing the line. Potentially. And then you would be in trouble. And you are elected officials. I realize you've been advised by Wachner, but I think you have to, you wanted to be on this commission, I think you have to realize, and I gave you a lot of crap, as far as a lot of things. Some of you people I still can believe in, some you can't. But some can't believe in me either. But it was interesting, and thanks to Mr. DePlacido, I was reading over his report from all the interviews you had, and I talked to Mr. Zona, and it's amazing that a lot of them are over 40 years old, so are they not archaic? I mean, really. In fact, Ben Salem Township went from manager council to mayor council. Why'd they do that? I mean, not everything is clear in everything that we have. And I don't think, I would like to see a little more, if you read, it says transparency, and I'm sure you've tried your best. I just believe that you're getting very close, even when this is done. And to my understanding, once that final report was done, isn't this commission done? Unless they extend, I'm not asking. Because I would get in trouble.
I don't want to get in trouble either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but that's about 4 minutes. That's fine.
I do appreciate the extra time.
I appreciate you coming in too, giving your opinions.
Well, and I think you're a little hurry. You 2 weeks before May 12th, you wanted this to go through. I think it was the May 12th meeting, you wanted, it was either a May 12th meeting, you wanted to go with the adoption of your recommendation. You were way early then, and now you're a week early. And you're gonna say it gives more time for everything? Come on. You got 3 meetings. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else?
My name is Candy Horm, and I just want to say it wasn't until tonight that I realized how much work you do. I didn't realize there were, in addition to the study commission, you got committees, and it looks like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different committees in addition to what you're doing to research and talk to other township officials. I do appreciate all the work, and I can't imagine how much you're spending per day. It's probably almost like a full-time job. I had brought up at the last supervisors meeting, Ms. Clear had mentioned in the paper that she did not want any misinformation to come from this government's study or any propaganda. And I pointed out to her that a lot of stuff that she has brought forward to us residents is misinformation in terms of like all the stuff with the Shrine Club, what it would cost to keep it up and everything else. And what I think was they are trying to muzzle you, take away your freedom of speech. And you were elected by us, the people, to do your due diligence, which you are doing. And I guess I totally agree with what you say. Follow their lead, but not necessarily their approval. I did not know we were under a home rule charter, so I still have a lot to learn. Can I ask one question, or am I not allowed to ask a question?
You may address it after public comment.
Okay. I just wanted to know, is Mill Creek Township a corporation? That's all I want to know. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. You want to address that question?
No.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody. We will move on to go to the order. Anybody have anything for good order? Toby, you look like you wanted something to say there.
Michael was sharing a document, just for clarification, that Bensalem, which is the largest second-class township in Pennsylvania, this is, Michael, this is from the Home Rule in Pennsylvania publication. You can hold it up to show the commission, the audience, that Bensalem went from a second-class township code format to the optional plan form in 1987, and they chose the mayor-council form. We're not aware of anywhere that they were council manager, but they were, in essence, a, quote, pure second-class township first.
Thank you. Anything else for the good of the order? Anyone? RJ?
Thanks, Paul. I'd like to thank everybody who showed up here tonight. It's a beautiful day out there. I'm sure there's other things we could be doing. But I do applaud you for coming here. Mr. Servideo and I had a conversation beforehand talking about the electorate and how informed they may be. So I applaud you for coming here to listen. I think it's up to all of us to consistently try to educate and inform the electorate of Mill Creek as to what's going on. And I think that's part of being on this study commission. So though many of these changes at other townships may have occurred decades ago, I truly believe that should have happened here also decades ago. And as I said before, there's nothing wrong with the roadmaster township supervisor form of government. It works very well in very many governments. It just is not appropriate in my mind for Mill Creek, as the size has outgrown the utility of a roadmaster who was actually plowing the roads, paving the roads, seal coating the roads. That's not occurring here. And this should have, many of the other townships that went to an optional form of government did so willingly when they saw how their township was growing and realized they have outgrown that type of government. And I really wished we would have had the foresight here, and the leadership of Mill Creek back then had the foresight then to willingly do that, to give up a little bit of power for the future benefits of an optional form of government. And hopefully, they realize that now.
Thank you, RJ.
I think it's important to let the public understand a couple things that are my opinion, and if not, the whole commission. And the first is that this study commission is not a referendum on the existing government. We're not questioning what the current supervisors do. It's how the form of government should be run in the future. I think that's an important point to make, and I think some of the comments that I've heard over the months that we've been together reflect that, oh no, we're attacking present government. We're not. It's my opinion that they do everything they can do and what they believe is the correct thing to do within the form of government that they work on today. And the second thing is that I think it's important that, again, it's Bill Schaaf's opinion, that as I formulated an answer and a response to where Mill Creek Township should go in the future, it's not just one point. And sometimes I've heard people say, no, it's this point and you're wrong at that, it's that point and you're wrong at that. It's not just one point, it's the accumulation of all of the things that we have looked at as to how governments function and operate and how we think that the proposed form of the council / supervisor manager system will benefit the residents and taxpayers of Mill Creek Township. We've looked at it all, not just one. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Well said. To answer the questions, and Jerry, you were talking about getting close. We will be mindful of that. The spending of dollars and how it's appropriate and when it's inappropriate. We'll definitely be aware of that because I read it as well. But then, as the answer to the other question, I don't know if anybody up here knows if Mill Creek Township's a corporation. I know they're incorporated as a second-class township, but I don't know if that means they're a corporation like we consider it. I'm not an attorney. I don't know that answer, so I apologize. Maybe one of our consultants have a better answer than that. I'm sorry.
You are a municipal corporation. A township is, under state law, considered a municipal corporation. So are boroughs, so are cities.
Okay, thank you. Oh, hopefully that helps. I'm not sure if that's what you were looking for, but yeah. Does anybody have anything else for the good of the order? What's that? Okay. Okay, I think at this point, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Moved by Bill.
Second.
Second by Art. Any questions? If not, all in favor say aye. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.